But all right, with Juneteenth being tomorrow, spending more time in our calendar year, remembering what the end of slavery in this country, this country being the United States of America, for everybody out there watching. So I want to take time to the book it got some wear and tear on it. Yes, it was bought brand new, but the bullwhip days, the slaves remember, oral history. Now I'll always be on the maybe spending more time per year thinking about it and talking about it now in Juneteenth. Maybe we can lead into some financial reparations, because I don't care if I'm 80 years old. Financial reparations, you can't read stuff like what's in this book and not think that something, has to come from it. And even books like Capitalism and Slavery, which I have, that you can read as well, kind of lays it out as well. But I'm just going to read like a page out of this book, for many people that may have never heard this. And you can go and hear some of them read by celebrities on YouTube. It's a popular video. I think if you just put in slave narrative, it's probably one of the top videos that pop up about it. But I'm going to read just a couple of stories here from people during the chapter that they have in here about slave auctions and runaways in bullwhip days, telling the tales of chattel slavery here in the United States of America. So I'm about to start with a excerpt from James Martin. The slaves are put in stalls like the pens they use for cattle, a man and his wife with a child on each arm. And there's a curtain, sometimes just a sheet over the front of the stall, so the bidders can't see the stock too soon. The overseer standing just outside with a big black snake whip and a pepper box pistol in his belt. Across the square little piece, there's a big platform with steps leading to it. Then they pulls up the curtain and the bidders is crowding around. Them in the back can't see, so the overseer drives the slaves out to the platform, and he tells the ages of the slaves and what they can do. And they have they have white gloves there. And one of the bidders takes a pair of gloves and rubs his fingers over a man's teeth, and he says to the overseer, "You call this buck 20 years old? Why, there's cutworms in his teeth. He's 40 years old if he's a day." So they knock his this buck down for $1,000. They calls the men bucks and the women wenches. When the slaves is on the platform, what they calls the block, the overseer yells, "Tom or Jason, show the bidders how you walk." Then the slaves step across the platform and the bidding starts. As these slaves at these slave auctions, the overseer yells, "Say, you bucks and wenches, get in your hole. Come out here." Then he makes them hop, he makes them trot, he makes them jump. "How much?" he yells, "for this buck?" 1,000, 1,100, $1,200. Then the bidders make offers according to size and build. That is from James Martin. Got one from Lou Perkins. "I members, when they put me on the auction block, they pulls my dress down over my waist, over my back to my waist, to show I ain't gashed and slashed up. That's to show you ain't a mean N-word." That's Lou Perkins. Uh, Ben Johnson. "I had a brother, Jim, who was sold to dress young missus for her wedding. The tree is still standing where I sat under and watched them sell Jim. I sat there and cry, especially when they puts the chains on him and carries him off. And I ain't never felt so lonesome in my whole life. I ain't never heard from Jim since. And I wonder now, sometimes, if he's still living." That's from Ben Johnson. Next, Foster Weathersby. "My mother was sold and took from my father when I was just a few months old. I never see him till I was 6. I had to be told who he was. He saw my mother for the first time in 6 years in the fields where he was working. They didn't know how to act or what to say. They seemed kinda let down. Like, you see, he had married again, and my mother had too." Foster Weathersby. Now, this one is Marjorie Jones. Okay. "Oh, that was a terrible time. All the slaves be in the field, plowing, hoeing, singing in the boiling sun. old Marsh, or I believe they're saying Master, he didn't. He come through the field with a man called the Speculator. They walk around just looking, just looking. All the darkies know what this means. They didn't dare look up. Just work right now. Then the Speculator, he see what he want. He talked to old Marsh. Then they slaps the handcuffs on that slave and take him away to the cotton country. Oh, them were awful days. When the Speculator was ready to go with slaves, even if they wouldn't anyone didn't want to go, he thrash them, then he tie them behind the wagon and make them run till they fall on the ground. Then he thrash them till they say they go out, they'll go without trouble. Sometimes some of them run away and come back to the plantation. Then it was harder on them than before. When the darkies went to dinner, okay, all right, let me move on. When the darkies went to dinner, the old nigga mammy, she say, "What am I sick and sick?" None of the others want to tell, huh? But when she see them look down to the ground, she just say, "The speculator, the speculator." Then they tear roll down her cheeks. Then the tears roll down her cheeks, cause she remember her son and her husband, and she know she never see him again. Maybe they leaves babies to home. Maybe it's just Pappy and Mammy. That was by Marjorie. That was Marjorie Jones. And I'll do one more. Let me see. I'll finish this page. Mary Ferguson. About the middle of the evening, up rid my young master on his horse, and up drive two strange white men in a buggy. They hitch their horses and come in the house, which scared me. Then one of the strangers said, "Get your clothes, Mary. We was bought, and we was bought from Mr. Shorter." I comes crying and begging Mr. Shorter not to let him take me away. But he says, "Mary, I had sold you and you must go with him." Then those strange men, whose name I ain't never know, took me and put me in the buggy and drive off with me, and hollering at the top of my voice and calling my ma. Then the speculators is spelled in this one, began to sing loud just to drown out my hollering. Us passed the very field where Paul and all my folks was working, and I called out as loud as I could, and as long as I could see him. "Goodbye, ma. Goodbye, ma." But she never heard me. Nah, sir. Them white men's was singing so loud, ma couldn't hear me, and she couldn't see me, 'cause they had pushed me down out of sight on the floor of the buggy. I ain't never seen nor heard of my ma and pa and brothers and sisters from that day to this. That's Mary Ferguson. And the last is a Janie Satterwhite. I was too little to have any sense when that man bought me, that Mr. Henry. He put me up in the buggy to take me off. I can see it all right. I can see it all right now. And I say to mama and papa, "Goodbye. I'll be back in the morning." And they feel sorry for me and say, "She don't know what happening." That's Janie Satterwhite. These come directly from the bullwhip days to slaves remember and oral history as we get ready to another year of Juneteenth. If you haven't don't have this book, please get it and read all the different narratives that are in this book. I appreciate anybody that tuned in for the live today, and continue to support the N.y.a show. I just put up a show today, and I got another show that I'll probably be dropping tomorrow.